Hello. So this previous few days I made a little expansion for the game that I already made before, like long time ago. Silent Hunter 1941-43. It's one of those game in a deck games which basically use a standard deck of cards. I mean, not a standard. They actually have lots of variables, and this one was about you as a captain of the German U-boat, hunting for Allied ships. So what I did, I added a little expansion called Damage Report that is consisted of 18 cards, and I'm just gonna tell you how it's used. Although the tabletop simulator mode is already updated, I added, as you can see, this little deck, and also I added how you play with the expansion on the back here of the rulebook. And this is the latest rulebook because I can see these tonnages a bit change. They ask me to increase a bit tonnages, but I think that's fine. Anyway, so I'm just going to explain how do you use these expansions. So normally you play the Silent Hunter. Setup is the same. You just shuffle these two decks and you keep the damage report deck some close by. You use your main Silent Hunter deck, to draw for encounters, convoy, how many ships, and all of that. You find the time of the day. Is it the clear? Is it the night? Is it the storm? You check for the weather. You draw ships and you do all that stuff like you always do. When this deck come into play is after you get some damage from the escort. So you know that you get the damage by these depth chargers. So if escort manage to detect you, this is the number of cards you're gonna draw, and then you draw cards and you look for these blasts. And if you remember, 6 blasts is gonna destroy your submarine, but anything less than that is gonna damage your ship. So after you finish drawing those cards for the damage, you're gonna keep your damage close by, so you know how much damage your ship is. After that, if you're not sunk, you're gonna draw one of these cards and see what's the damage report. What's the damage? So damage could be crew casualties, or it can be like U-boat damage. Let's find U-boat damage. Here it is. So, and these will have like ongoing or immediate effects. Like in this case it says Helmsman is badly hurt, so you have the ongoing effect. You're going to keep this card close by, so now this effect is like in play during your whole patrol. And it says, this one says, before drawing encounter card, discard 3 cards. And if you remember, every time you're discarding cards, basically that's a passage of time. So this will be like, it's going to be harder to find other encounters and other ships because your Helmsman is hurt. There are also these U-boat damage, which affects your U-boat, and this could be actually repaired. And if you look here, there is ongoing effects, like electrical engine is damaged, and it says when attacked by an escort, you draw 1 additional card of depth charge. That's kind of really bad because you're really slow. But repair 4 means that you can actually repair this damage. So crew casualties you cannot repair, that just be ongoing effects, but some damage to the U-boat can be repaired. If you see on the bottom here, it says like repair 4. So how this works, you get a new action called surface repairs. So you have to come out to surface and repair your U-boat, and you can do that action before drawing for the encounter or after you just finish the encounter. So prior, drawing for the encounter and looking for ships, or after you finish your battle. And well, it's the same. After you finish the battle, you're gonna probably have some damage to repair. Anyway, how that works, you're gonna draw this much cards, so in this case 4, to repair your electrical engines. And you're gonna draw cards from the top of your deck one by one. You're gonna flip them, and if any of those 4 is the air attack, like these ones are not, you're fine. But if at least one is the air attack, you're gonna be sunk immediately, and your sub's gonna be destroyed. Like you're really vulnerable. You're in the surface that you're repairing, and then airplane comes by and can kill you all. So that's that. And also there are some immediate effects, like this one. It says many crewmen are badly hurt, like lots of your sailors are wounded. Immediate effect, so this is one and done, so you just do it and that's it. In this case it says immediately end your battle phase and return to base, so you have to return to base. Too many casualties. So as I said, every time you take some damage, and if you're not destroyed, you're gonna draw one of these cards. Some of them you can remove, like these U-boat damages. Crew casualties you cannot remove. You don't have replacement unless you return to base, as you know. I mean, it's logical. And a new thing is that previously, when you have a damage to your ship, you would like lose a half a mount, but this time you lose a full mount, so it's gonna be a lot harder. And by the way, this expansion makes the game harder and more narrative driven, because as you write those little stories, you know, if you keep your captain's logbook or your diary, this will give you some narrative to just explain what happened. Like, we went for the ship and there was like, they put like lots of depth charges, like 20 sailors just get that really hurt, someone died, and now you have to go to base because the ship is like a ghost ship. So that's it. Nothing new to tell. Let me see, did I miss something? So yeah, there are like yeah, it's all explained here. It's like, this is all the new stuff that you need to learn, like this few paragraphs here. So it's not like too complicated expansion to use, and it's actually much interesting, increases your narrative part of the game, and it's going to be really interesting. It's going to give you some effects that you need to deal with. You're going to probably sweat after you doing when you're doing those surface repairs, thinking, did I had like airplane in my discard, or maybe it's there, should I go for it, should I just go back to base and not do any repairs, you know? It's gonna add some like tension. Anyway, that's it for this video. I'm not gonna make it too long. If you put in the comments that you want me to play maybe one patrol with this expansion, if you want to see that, just put it in comment, but I think it's all self-explanatory. So that's that. Tabletop Simulator mode is already updated, and the files on the BGG are already updated. So download it, print it, enjoy it, just have fun. And this is I think one of the perfect games if you're going to some vacation and like you're traveling. You just need few pieces of paper. You don't even need this. You can write it in your little notebook and use these cards on the table in front of you, maybe on your lap. It maybe even in your hand, if you manage somehow to keep the cards in your hand. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Goodbye.